Hey guys, what is up? Dirtbike Ren here, back with another commentary. So, I'm going to be commentating on Illini Guy 34 again, but this time it'll be on an actual commentary video Ernie made on his channel rather than one of his journals from his DeviantArt page. So, basically what happened was that Illini Guy 34, Silver, and Mike Johnson made a try-out commentary on a rant on school shooting. Long story short, the commentary was not very good because it was just nothing more than them blowing things that the ranter in question said out of proportion and took the rant in question way out of context. So Ryan made a commentary on that tryout commentary, a commentary that Ryan made in which 2 out of the 3 commentators from the tryout in question said was great. And I think we all know who that one person who didn't like the commentary is, because the commentary in particular that I'm going to be commentating on is on Ernie's commentary on Ryan Rhino Mills' commentary on the tryout commentary Ernie made recently, featuring the people I mentioned before. With that said, let's begin the commentary, shall we?
I'm going to be skipping most of the beginning except for one part.
And to fit the completely edgy tone they end up going for, and the fact that there's 3 of them, I change all their avatars to Shadow the Hedgehog, New Dante, and since I can't use Ryuko, American Kirby.
Well, in that case, ta-da!
Yeah, considering that I fucking hate the avatar Ernie picked for Ryan, I'm gonna restore Ryan's commentary back to its original form. You guys will thank me later when you decide that you want to watch Ernie's commentary on Ryan.
Like, they really don't need to happen. All that's doing is, you know, making people feel bad and all that stuff, you know?
Wow. Just wow. Talk about a generic statement. And trust me, guys, it gets worse from here.
Okay, what part of that statement was quote-unquote generic? Why was it generic? Define generic. Why'd you stop the video just to point out that it's generic? Explain your points, man. It makes you come off less lazy.
Maybe it's not really specific and can be applied to anything.
Okay, I brought this up multiple times in my last commentary on you when you didn't explain certain aspects of your journal that I commentated on, so I'm going to expand on that point more since you clearly still have issues explaining things. The reason why you need to explain why you feel a certain way about someone or something when you're making a point in commentaries or even debates for that matter is so that not only can your audience understand the point you're trying to make more easily, but it also gives substance to your point. If you don't give some form of specific details to your point, no one can understand what the fuck you're trying to say, or the context behind your point, thus making your point completely invalid and unsubstantial from the very get-go.
Dude, that wasn't a school shooting! How does that way in any way strengthen any argument you've had thus far?
Okay, you do get a point because there is no school involved, though the fact he's a university student could help a bit, but that's a different story since again, this goes back to your poor wording. You asked how it supported his argument in any way. Well, here's your answer. Was there a gun? Was there people killed with said gun? Yeah, sure, 2 out of 3 of the requirements, but it supports him in some way.
Are you fucking kidding me? Really? 2 out of 3? Oh yeah, it supports his claim, even though it didn't. You even admit it didn't take place at a school. Are you fucking stupid? Okay, I went a little too far on that.
I went too far, yet I decided to leave it in the video anyway. Well, this doesn't actually surprise me that much since you have shown that you're a lazy fucking editor.
But, really? Okay, you know what? Let's apply that anywhere else. Okay, there's a bank robbery, but a bloody bank robbery. Were there guns involved? Yes. Were there deaths? Yes. Did take place at a school? No, but 2 out of 3 works, right? Or how about something a little more down to earth? You got a bike. Does it have a frame? Yes. Does it have a chain? Yes. Does it have wheels? No, but 2 out of 3 is still good, right? Yeah, if you can somehow ride a bike without wheels.
How the fuck is that even directly related to what Ryan was trying to say? He was explaining how the Aurora shouldn't supported Jason's argument in any way possible. So allow me to strengthen Ryan's point by asking a simple question. What category of murder does the Aurora shooting fall under? Mass murder. What category of murder does school shootings fall under? Say it with me now. Mass murder. There you go. That's how the Aurora shooting is connected to school shootings in general. They both fall under the category of mass murder. Thus, the Aurora shooting is comparable to school shootings in that regard.
Also, you gotta love the fact that he only named shootings that got national attention.
He was giving examples. EXAMPLES. Look it up! It's almost common knowledge that when presenting a point, you bring up the most popular example so people instantly follow along with your point, and you can explain said point quick and simple. If he listed all the school shootings that didn't get much attention, we'd be here all day.
That wasn't even the point we were trying to get at. The point was we had a problem that he was only naming ones that got national attention. I mean, did we expect him to name every school shooting? No. Did we want more than just popular ones? Yeah. Not to mention it probably could have strengthened his argument.
What difference does it make? People were shot either way. People were killed either way. It's tragic either way. I really don't understand your line of thinking here, or how it makes a difference for you either way.
I have Asperger's syndrome, but do I think about murdering people? No.
I told this to Dinosaur Jr. Freak 01, and I'm gonna tell you too.
Stop being tapioca pudding.
Also, way to generalize other people with Asperger's, you jerk.
Wait, how is he generalizing people with Asperger's when his main point was that not all people with Asperger's want to kill people, using himself as an example? I cannot compute with your logic.
Okay, see, Rhino, this is why you watch the original video. His point wasn't that not all people with Asperger's want to kill people. I mean, he even said in the video, some people say school shootings are because of Asperger's. And quite frankly, that statement sounded like, hey, I don't do it, but hey, other people with Asperger's do it. See, this is exactly why you watch the original video.
When Jason said, some people say that school shootings happen because of Asperger's, he said that so he could prove that claim to be entirely false by following that statement up with, I have Asperger's, but do I think about killing people? No! Where in either statements is he saying or indicating that other people with Asperger's think about shooting people, aside from himself? He never said that, nor did he indicate that. In fact, he actually said and indicated the exact opposite. Ernie! My God! Your logic is really boggling me right now. Like, really? All you're doing is putting words into his mouth so it seems like he says something when he actually never said that thing or even indicated it in any way, shape, or form.
I played a few violent video games.
Whoa! Hold it right there, Glenn Beck! Video games do not cause violence, nor is there a study that proves so.
Okay, Jacob, you've proven you're awful with words and understanding, so let me walk you through this. Nowhere in his sentence did he say games caused violence. In fact, his point was saying the exact opposite.
You know what? I probably should have left the whole thing in the video, but you know what, Rhino? Since you clearly didn't even bother, trying to watch the original, here's the whole thing.
I played a few violent video games like Grand Theft Auto, Mortal Kombat, etc. But do I think about killing people? No, I don't.
Quite frankly, it comes off as him saying, oh, I play violent video games, but I don't do that. But you know what? Other people do it.
You have got to be fucking shitting me! He never said or indicated that people would want to start shootings because of video games. In fact, he said the exact fucking opposite. Either you have an extreme lack of understanding, or you're intentionally putting words into Jason's mouth to make it appear that you're in the right when you're really not. Also saying, well, that's how he came off, is not a valid argument because that's not the same as actually saying something. You know what? Let's play that part again.
What is happening to the world right now, man? For real.
Reality's a bitch sometimes. Just gotta suck it up.
Oh yeah, saying suck it up in response to Jason saying, what's going on in the world? For real. Totally sounds like Mike was saying that from an outside perspective, even though that sounded like a direct response to what Jason said. Thus, it came off as if you were actually telling people to suck it up. But as for your point about Ryan's point about the news, yeah, you're right. It was completely pointless and added nothing despite the fact that it actually proved your point wrong, considering that you don't need the news to find out about the shootings since people are going to talk about it anyways.
This was literally the most offensive video I have ever seen in my entire life. Jesus, all he did was just repeat that school shooting is bad. How is that offensive? This is coming from the same guy that got extremely pissed when Flippy did that video about victim blaming. Gosh dang it, you're acting like that She jokingly saying that is the bane of everybody's existence. I don't even want to call you a frick, okay? That's how upset I am right now. I don't even want to say frick because I feel like that's too joking for how much of a freaking idiot you're being. And also, let's apply your logic. Flippy was just making a generic commentary on someone who did a video on victim blaming. I think you got incredibly mad. You see, it's not that he just made a video about school shootings, it's how he carried out.
Okay, since you apparently have an extreme lack of understanding, allow me to walk you through the difference between Flippy's commentary on Lacey Green and Jason's rant on school shootings. With Flippy's commentary, he was trying to say that women deserve to get raped and harassed for the way they dressed and taking nude photos of themselves. And on top of that, he literally said that women didn't know any better. He was saying that the female gender as a whole didn't know any better. Flippy would get shit no matter how he carried out that commentary due to how extremely sexist and fucking misogynistic his thoughts on victim blaming was towards women. With Jason's rant, it is literally him talking about why school shootings are bad and why it needs to stop due to how it affects people. The closest thing to a piece of criticism I could think of for the video was the fact that he used a camcorder and the video itself wasn't particularly interesting for my taste. But aside from that, there's really nothing offensive about Jason's video in any way, shape, or form, since he never actually said anything wrong, unlike Flippy. The problem is not Jason himself. It's you, since you're the one just putting words into his mouth and blowing things out of proportion.
Saying that people are, quote, feeling bad when school shootings happen is just sickening.
How?
Maybe you would get your answer if you stopped cutting him off. I'm not gonna show the rest of this because, quite frankly, it's just, you're getting mad at some when I've already shown he's gotten mad at videos, so it makes him look like a complete hippo.
Okay, then allow me to play what he said since you actually cut out a really important point that Ryan made.
How? Like, seriously, how? I mean, people do feel bad when shootings happen. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong, but most, if not all of these people who get killed in school shootings have people who cared about them. Wouldn't that make people feel bad? I mean, this really boggles me.
Do I even need to explain why this is a problem? I don't think so, because I think I trust my audience enough to have enough information to put two and two together and come to realize that Ernie was so full of shit here.
You basically ignore a lot of our points.
Oh, the dramatic irony. The dramatic irony.
And also, you defend Jason Murray Jr.
So in other words, you're pissed off at Ryan because Ryan made the choice to not blindly agree with what you had to say. Yeah, that seems totally fucking legit.
You defended someone who has called everyone that's given him criticism bullies.
The three of you, yourself just turning 20, ganged up on Jason, a 15-year-old kid, with points that were invalid on the most fundamental level possible, and did your best to make him look and feel as badly as possible. And not only that, but Jim99, who is 21 years of age, made a comment on your tri-op pretty much linking his channel, not the original video that the original tryout was on, because that video was deleted before Jim made the comment, but a link to his channel, and openly encouraged other people to gang up on the kid on his channel for something he did not do. How the fuck is that not considered bullying? You know what? I'm gonna end the video right here. It's time for my final thoughts. Ernie, this is now the third time we've had this problem with you getting angry over criticism you have received and doing something stupid as a result, ranging from false flagging Clay and Evan's co-op commentary on you along with Evan's commentary on the same video as the co-op, to deleting your review on Bob and making a follow-up journal pretty much saying that no one in Bob can take in criticism after Bob criticized your review on them, which, to be fair, was poorly executed, to now making a poorly executed commentary on Ryan because you did not like what Ryan had to say about the tri-op commentary you made. I highly suggest that you reevaluate how you make your commentaries and consider improving on certain aspects of your commentaries, such as how you handle criticism towards your commentary and how you represent the arguments of those you commentate on, because your commentary style is in desperate need of reevaluation. Like, holy God. But if this is how you're going to continue taking in criticism on top of putting words into people's mouth and making claims that someone said something that is factually wrong, as I pointed out in this commentary, then at that point I think commentaries are just not for you and you should just throw in the towel for your commentary series. Hopefully it won't come to that, but if it does, then my point still stands that you should, in fact, throw in the towel for your commentary series. Now, before I go, there are some commentators I want to recommend real quick. The first commentator I want to recommend is Blazin' Rants. She made her first commentary a while back ago, and someone, I think it might have been Blazin' herself, showed me her video and asked me what I thought of her commentary. Her commentary was not perfect by any means, which can be said about myself and a bunch of other commentators' first commentaries, but as a first commentary, it was a really, really good commentary. Better than my first commentary, even. And I do believe that she will get better over time, like every other commentator, including myself. So, I will leave a link to her channel so you can check out her content, her commentaries, and maybe even give her a sub. I think she really deserves it since we really do need more female commentators like Blazin' in the community since there aren't as many female commentators that there should be. Speaking of a female commentator that got better over time, I would also like to recommend Gale Force, who didn't start off that great, but eventually got much better over time. And I've actually been impressed with a bunch of her commentaries as of recently. I will also leave a link to her channel in the description below, and maybe even give her a subscription when you visit her channel, because really she's worthy of it. And again, we need more female commentators because I don't want the commentary community to be like a sausage fest, you know, because we need some female commentators. It's boring having the commentary community being mostly male dominated, to be quite honest. And the last person that I want to recommend is Zarek. Now, some of you may recognize him if you've been keeping up with Bop's commentaries as of recent. And really, I think Zarek is very much worth checking out because he is one of the best up-and-coming commentators that I have seen in recent memories. Like, holy God, like Gale Force, he has been really impressing me with his commentaries. So, and also, he's been really, really great to work with since I am actually working with him on a Bop commentary currently. So, check out his channel. His channel will be in the link with Gale and Blazin' Rant. If you guys have any requests for future commentaries, please click the link below to learn how you can request a commentary and what videos will and will not be accepted for requests. And don't forget that you can also follow me on Twitter under Mr. Douchebag at DirtBikeReddin. You can ask me any question you want to ask under DirtBikeReddin at ask.fm. And you can also follow me on DemonArt under DirtBikeReddin. Links to all these accounts will be linked below. Until then, this has been DirtBikeReddin signing off.